Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be running through a very long, chit-chatty tutorial of this makeup look that you see right here. Honestly, I want to rip these lashes right off of my eyes. And it's also like doing something funky over here. If you guys can see, it's like giving me a weird shadow. But this is the Eylure X Vegas Nay Fiercely Fabulous lashes. And they feel super heavy. They're stiff and I'm just not, oh God, they're so annoying right now. But keep in mind, like, I'm not a huge lash person anymore, but I wanted to do like a really dramatic look for you guys because I have not done something really dramatic here on my channel in a long time. So I wanted to switch it up for you. So we have some glitter, we have a very popping highlight going on, and I did a winged liner. So pretty much I threw the entire kitchen sink, or what's that saying? Like you throw everything but the kitchen sink in or something like that. I don't know. But I threw everything in here for y'all because I feel like my makeup tutorials have just been uninspiring lately, and I wanted to give you something fun and fabulous and flirty and beautiful and sexy, and this is what I came up with. So I hope that y'all have a fun time hanging out with me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like it. If you don't, then that's okay too. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can see, I do have Scotch tape to make this a really sharp and angled look. And I'm going to be going in with the Tarteist Pro Palette right here. So my transition shade is going to be this one down here. It's in the shade of Bold. So it's a really beautiful neutral brown. And I am taking my E40 blending brush from Sigma. So I'm going to be packing on quite a bit of this color, just because we are going in with a lot of other shades and I want to make sure that we have a nice base. So I really like to concentrate a majority of my shades on that outer corner, and then as I have less on my brush, I will move it to that inner corner. I feel like last time I played with this palette, I loved it so much, and I honestly don't know why it's been so long since I played with it because the colors are really, really beautiful. I've really been loving all of my Sigma brushes lately. I only have 3 of them from Sigma. Like most of mine are from like Morphe or the drugstore. So I've been trying to like use my more expensive brushes. And I've been really liking my blending brushes from them. I feel like I want to get some more, but need to wait until some more funds come in. So next up, I'm going to be going in with the shade right here. It's called Profesh. I'm going to be taking that on a different blending brush. This one is by Morphe. This is the E22. It's very dense and tapered. So I really want to just concentrate this on that outer V and really deepen up this crease right here. The shimmer shade that I have that I'm going to be going in with is kind of like a neutral tone. So I want to use like warm and cool tones and neutral tones for today's look, just because anytime I use like a glitter that's neutral, I feel like I can play a lot more than if I'm going in with like a cool tone or warm tone, because then I feel like I kind of have to use my blending shades that are in the same family, if that makes any sense. So I'm really just trying to pack this onto that outer V and then kind of buff it out. Now I'm going in with this beautiful chocolate brown. It's in the shade Edge. And I'm going to keep going in with some more blending brushes. This is the Morphe M503 brush. And this one I'm going to put in that outer V. And then I'm also going to kind of bring this into that crease area. So really just slowly deepen up that outer V. So last weekend, my husband and I bought a new couch, and I'm like really excited about it, and he is too, because we haven't had a nice couch since we lived in Georgia. And ironically enough, we got like a really beautiful couch, and it was expensive too. It was not cheap at all. And then we got a puppy, and our puppy Chalupa, who's actually like laying right next to me right now, he had like major separation anxiety. And we also lived in like this really terrible neighborhood, like south of Atlanta. I like don't recommend living anywhere close to Atlanta unless you live like towards the north end, just because it's so crime ridden. But anyways, so we lived in this area where like there were always people outside, and there were always people, like random weirdos knocking on our door, like for just the weirdest stuff. A lot of drug dealers and everything. I'm like telling you guys all about this. But anyways, so, you know, there was always stuff going on, and anytime like Chalupa would hear a noise, he would freak out. And whenever we were home, like when we were at school or at work, he would just eat everything. I'm gonna go back in with some of that bold shade just to buff everything out and blend it all together. But he would like eat everything, and this was when he was still a baby. And we tried to like crate train him a little bit on the days where we weren't gone for too long, but because our other two dogs were not in a crate, like he freaked out. And I remember one day we came home and he had actually like eaten through the crate. Like that's how anxious he was, poor little guy. So after that happened, we like stopped putting him in the crate anymore. And like, you know, he had his toys and his water and food and like everything in there. So we tried to make it like a comforting place for him, but he was just not having it. So he ended up like eating our couch, and he ate like so much of our stuff, y'all, like so much. So anyways, when we moved down to Florida, my aunt and uncle were actually getting rid of the couch that they had for a really long time, and so we just took it off of their hands. But it's tiny. It literally is like not even a sofa. It's more like a love seat, and then we have like one side chair and like a random Chase lounge that we bought. So I'm excited. But next up, I'm going to take a little bit of this pinky shade. It's a lot more pink in person, but it's called Mod. So I'm going to take that, just a little touch of it, on another Morphe blending brush, just to add a little like color to the look, because I feel like it's looking, I don't know, just a little dull. So we're going to kind of brighten it up a little bit. But anyways, so, you know, my husband and I like play a lot of video games on the weekends, and, you know, we like to entertain my siblings and some of our friends. But it's just been hard because we haven't had any good seating in our living room. So I'm really excited, and we got like this gorgeous sectional on a President's Day sale at Cane's. So we got it for like probably $1,500 less than what it was. So I'm like really, really excited about it. And we get it the week we get back from spring break, because we're going to Georgia for spring break to see my in-laws. Yeah, that definitely livened up the look a lot. So now I'm going to be using the Pure Cosmetics like liquid metal glitter things. They come in these little guys right here. They came in like a holiday package. I remember showing them in like a couple of my different videos, and I don't think I've used them in a tutorial yet. Like I've worn them in videos, but I don't think I've done them like in a video, in a tutorial. So I'm excited. This one's in the shade OMG, which is such a cute little name. But it comes out, it like doesn't have a great applicator. It's just like this plastic doe foot, if y'all can see that. So I like to just take it onto my brush from the applicator like that. I will say the one that I have that is more of like kind of more of a true champagne, this is definitely in like a bronzy color. I wore it to the movies with one of my like holy shit, y'all can see that. But anyways, I wore it to the movies with one of my girlfriends, and for some reason it was leaving chunks of glitter all over my face. And I remember when I went to Ulta, because I was going to pick up one of the Stila like liquid eyeshadows or whatever. Sorry, this stuff is like getting everywhere. But she was like, oh no, try the pure ones. And so I picked up one of the Stila ones, and I picked up, my mom got like the package of these, and she gave me 2 of them because the girl was just like so hell-bent on us having it. So we did. I really don't want this to be like all over. I just want it to be like fading out into that crease. Sorry, I'm like trying to talk and do this at the same time. It's not working very well. But anyways, so she said that they like stayed on better and they didn't even have as much fallout as the Stila ones. And like, I've never had problem with fallout with the Stila ones. The only issue I've had is whenever I take them off, it is like for the silver one, that bitch does not want to come off, and it ends up like getting glitter in my eye. But I've never had an issue with it coming off like she was talking about. So I don't know, but we'll see how this one lasts. I haven't like played with this color yet. All right, so while I am letting that dry before I like go into the crease a little bit more, I'm going to take some of this shade. It's called Classic. On camera, it's picking up like really white, but it's not. It's more of like a cream shade. And I'm going to take that on a brush that I don't have. So let me grab that really quick. Okay, so I'm just using like this basic eyeshadow brush from Ulta just to highlight my brow bone with this. And highlighting my brow bone is always a mess. I say this in like every single tutorial, I feel like, but whenever I do any sort of dramatic look, I always clean up that brow area because it really separates the eyeshadow from the brow. Otherwise, you look like you're in the 80s and your eyeshadow is literally all the way up to your brow. At least for me, like because I blend so much, it just transfers upwards. And this just adds a lot more cleanliness. So, all right, so now I'm gonna go back in with some of that Mod shade just to deepen up that outer V a little bit more and kind of marry the glitter and those matte shades together. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like it really starts to kind of transfer down. So I don't know. We'll see how it lasts like as it really dries. Now this for me is like the most fun part, is like seeing how sharp of a line. Whew, I have not done a dramatic look like this in a long time, but I'm kind of loving it. Yeah, it's so pretty. So I feel like hell has officially frozen over because I'm going to be doing a winged liner today. It has been a hot minute since I have done a winged liner, mostly because I suck at it. So we're just going to give it a shot because we're going ham today. So this is the Wet n Wild Megaliner. And I can't promise this is going to be cute, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not a total crap show. Now the hard part is getting this one to look like this one. So we'll see. All right, that went surprisingly well. Kind of shocked. So now we are going to be applying the Eylure X Vegas Nay lashes. This is what, ooh, I don't know what that was, but this is what they look like. They're super dramatic and wispy. I've heard a lot of really good things about these. What style are they? Fiercely Fabulous, maybe? I don't know. I'm not seeing like anything other than what it says right here. So we'll see how this goes. I mentioned it multiple times, but I'm not like a huge lash person anymore just because it just doesn't suit my life at this point. But these are really pretty and today we're living. So I'm gonna pop these on really quick. I can never do this on camera, but if you're wondering, I do use the House of Lashes lash glue. So I'll be right back. Well, I remembered exactly why I don't wear false lashes anymore, because it literally took me like 40 freaking minutes to put these bad boys on. I like them. I should have cut them a little bit shorter because the inner area is touching my nose, and that bugs the hell out of me. But they are very pretty. They are super dramatic. These are definitely not like everyday lashes by any means at all. So I like them. They're okay. You can definitely feel the weight of them for sure. So just something to keep in mind if you are a lash kind of girl and these look pretty to you. That's kind of like my mini first impressions of them. Anyway, moving on to the face. I don't know why in the camera it looks like I have something right there. I think it's like the shadow of the lash, but there's nothing on my face. So anyways, I'm going in with the Tarte Poreless Primer. What is that? I swear that is like literally a shadow. That is so weird. But anyways, I love this primer so much. It's been a little while. Well, not really, but I feel like I haven't used it on my channel in like a couple of videos. So I just take a little dab and then place it in the center of my face. I don't need this to go outwards a whole lot just because all of my pores are on the center of my face, of course, because that's where everyone looks, right at the center. Such a good primer though. I love it so much. So now I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs, Marc Jacobs foundation concentrate. I haven't used this in a long time, but I feel like I'm finally the color again that I can use it. So this is my favorite high-end foundation. At least it was whenever I was using it more consistently. So you literally just need like this much. It goes such a long way. And I will show you how long it goes. And then I'm going to buff it out with my flat top kabuki brush by Makeup Geek. See how like it literally just turned into this full coverage goodness. I love the finish on this foundation too. It's just so beautiful. It's not too dewy or too matte. I feel like it's kind of that universal foundation for oily, dry, combination, whatever kind of skin type you have. So I was watching my friend Samantha's video. She does weekly Will I Buy It videos, and they're so fun to watch. And in her latest video, she mentioned lime crime, and she was talking about like the scandal that happened and kind of how, you know, like makeup brands that have bad things happen get, you know, into everyone's head, which is true. Like, and it makes sense. Like, why would you want to buy a product from, God, I love this foundation. Oh, why haven't I used this in a while? Oh my God, I forgot how much I love it. But anyways, how like, you know, things can kind of really just get into our head, and it's really easy, I don't know, I guess to like not forgive people. She wasn't saying that, but I'm saying that. Which I feel like is something that happens not just in the makeup industry, but just in life. And I don't know, I just feel like there might be some more room for forgiveness, you know what I mean? And obviously if someone does something like super shitty, that's not okay. But I just mean in general, I don't know. Plus I like love makeup, and it sucks whenever like a brand that you know has really great products like did something skeezy and then you can't like use their products, you know what I mean? Just because morally it's messed up and it's wrong. But I don't know, what do y'all think? Because that's how I'm feeling about the Tarte foundation as well. It's like, I love Tarte. They're literally my favorite high-end brand of all time. It was the first high-end brand that I had ever purchased from as well. And I have been a lover of them ever since they like started in Sephora. Like I remember when I was young and like Tarte first came to Sephora, like my mom brought me there and she was like, honey, you're gonna love this brand. It's like all natural, you know, like as natural as makeup can get really at Sephora. But that's how I'm feeling about the foundation thing. Is like, of course, like what happened with the foundation scheme was like so shitty. But what do? You know what I mean? Like, do you let them learn from their mistakes and hope that it changes, and then if it doesn't change, then you don't forgive? Or like, you just write them off the first mistake that they make. It's like such a hard thing, because I also don't want to piss off any of my subscribers, but at the same time, like, it's my favorite brand, you know? So what do you do? Let me know what you guys think, because your opinion is what I value the most, obviously, because this is what I do, this is my thing. And I do it not only for myself, but also for y'all, because I love our friendships, and like I love the connections that we make, and I also love to teach. That's like one of my passions just in life. So I'm just curious. Let me know what you think about that, because I feel like I'm stuck. But total side note, this foundation is gorgeous, and I'm freaking obsessed with it, and I don't know why I ever put it down. It literally is flawless. It's like the high-end version of the Physicians Formula foundation that I'm obsessed with. It's not quite as radiant, but it definitely does give a little bit of radiance to the skin. And as y'all saw, a little bit goes a long way. BT Dubs, I didn't mention this, but this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. The first time I'm using it on my face, and I'm freaking obsessed. Like, this is really nice. Really, really nice. Holy cow. All right, well, that works for me. So next up, I am using the Tarte, see, like another Tarte product, the Tarte Princess, Park Avenue Princess palette, the contour palette. I'm just taking some of the banana shade that's in here to set underneath my eyes. Oh my god, literally this foundation is perfection. Like, why did I ever put this down? I don't know. And then I'm just gonna use like a powder brush to kind of stamp that all over the foundation. Not to make it last longer, because I do remember this foundation lasts like a really long time, but I am going in with powder products for like blush and contour, so I just want to make sure that those go on smoothly. What was I just gonna do? Okay, so now I'm going to contour thy face with this shade right here. It's called Carrot, and I'm going to be using my trusty friend, the Morphe M530 brush. I love this brush so much for contour. It's so good. And my brush is like a lot bigger than it was because I just washed it. It's like fanning out more, and I don't like that. And then along my jawline too, because, you know, double chins and everything. For my blush, I'm going to be digging into the Ciate, if I can open it, the Ciate London blush, and this one is in the shade Date Night. It's so beautiful. It has like swirls of highlight in it. It's just so beautiful. When I saw this in the store, I just had to have it. It's so freaking pretty. And even though I have like a lot on my blush, it's not, or brush, it's not crazy. It's pigmented, but it's just the right amount. It's not too bad. All right, now I'm just going to finish up the eyes before I go into my highlight, because I'm super excited about the highlight palette that I'm using. But to line my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner. I finally found it. It was like randomly on the floor somewhere in my beauty room, and whenever I was cleaning my beauty room, it was a hot mess, so it was just like under some clothes. It was like really weird. But honestly, besides the ColourPop eyeliners, this one is my favorite. For black, this one is by far my favorite. Like, it does not go anywhere. I don't care if you cry or if you sweat your eyeballs off. Like, this literally will go nowhere. It's so beautiful. And it stays. Then on a smudger brush, I'm taking a little bit of that chocolate brown shade called Edgy, and I'm going to put this really tight against that lower lash line. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the bold shade, which is the really beautiful like neutral transition color we went in with, on like this random brush, because all my pencil brushes are still wet from me washing them. I'm just going to buff out that lower lash line. I don't know why I'm talking weird. Okay, this brush sucks. And then for mascara for my lower lash line, I'm just taking some of the e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara. Freaking love this wand so much. It's like the natural bristle, and it's the perfect one. It reminds me a lot of way back in the day, I think it's Maybelline, the pink and green mascara. Do you guys remember that? It was like super popular whenever I was in high school. Like everyone had it. Oh my god, I just got mascara all over myself. Satan is trying me today. Swear to you. Freaking mascara all underneath my eyes. Okay, so now a really good part. I don't know why this is still like giving me a shadow right here, but whatever. So I went to Ulta a week ago, 2 weeks ago with my mom, and we saw this palette by Makeup Revolution, which by the way, they're coming out with some really bomb products lately. But this is the Soph X highlighter palette. So it has some really cool shades in here. I'll do a close-up so you can really see it. So some of these I feel like I'm not going to be super brave to wear them on like a normal day, but this one looks really cool. It's like a blue lavender undertone, and then these two I feel like would be beautiful whenever I'm darker in the summer. But whenever we swatched them in store, they looked gorgeous. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of this pinky one right here and then mixing it with this one. I don't have my normal highlight brush because it's in the wash, but we'll see how this goes. Ooh, ooh. Holy shit. All right, well, it's official. I love this palette. Just for those two shades, like, holy cow. This is beautiful, y'all. Let's try a little bit of that purple just to give it a little something extra. That's really, really pretty. Okay. Well, I'm impressed. This palette was $10. So for 8 really awesome highlights, like I've swatched a couple of them in the store, most of them in the store. But dang, this is beautiful. All right, well, I'm excited. That's pretty. Yes. Loving that. Okay. So now to complete that look, craziness happening, I'm going in with a lip liner to do my entire lips. I feel like I used to use lip liners a lot back in the day. But whenever I did my recent declutter video, which yes, I will be doing a giveaway for some of those lip liners. I've just been, like, a lot's been going on, so I just haven't had the time to put it up on my book blog yet. God, I love this highlight. But anyways, I found this Bite Beauty lip liner in the shade 022. And I totally forgot I had it, so I'm going to use it today. Like, it is not the best coverage. That could be because it might be old. Someone's here. Sorry about that. One of my books just came in for one of my authors for my book blog. And the dogs always go like crazy whenever we have someone ring the doorbell. But anyway, so I'm not like crazy about this lip liner, but again, I'll swatch one in the store because mine might be old. But anyways, I'm going to go in with the Rainbow Tan lip gloss from them. Oh my god, I love this lip gloss so much, and honestly, I forgot that I had it for a little while, and then I was going through some of my lip glosses and I found it, so I'll be using this. Okay, and then that is going to complete this makeup look. All right, so this is the completed makeup look with my hair thrown up in a ponytail because I'm not going anywhere today. But just a quick recap, the lashes are like, they just feel stiff and not comfortable at all. The glitter is falling down a little bit onto my face, but definitely not as much as the rose gold one. So the bronze one is pretty good so far. The highlight is strong. Like, this is beautiful. It's not chunky. It's absolutely gorgeous on the cheek. It gives that beam. Not a huge fan of the lip liner, but the lip gloss, I will always love Rainbow Tan for sure. So I hope that you guys had fun, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.